let's get into this second date update. So Meghan says, Dear Ryan and Sisney, I started dating this guy. We've been out a few times. We have a lot in common. We've had a lot of fun. If I'm being honest, we've been intimate as well. The problem is the few times we hooked up, we went to his place, except for the last time. We went to mine. In the morning, I woke up. He was gone. I texted him, and he said he had to run, and we talk later. But it's been 2 weeks.
Oh.
And barely any communication. What do I do?
Something happened.
Something happened, or he saw something. Meghan, thanks for coming on. We're very curious to find out what's gone wrong. Did something happen, or did he see something, or did he use the bathroom? Like, what? Can you have any guesses?
I have no idea. It was like the weirdest thing ever. We were hanging out, and then sometime usually we would stay at his place, but then one night he stayed over at my place, and then I woke up in the morning and he was just gone. And I texted him, and he did reply, but he was, like, kind of weird, and he was like, oh, I'll have to get back to you. And then it's been 2 weeks now, and I haven't heard anything.
Was your place messy?
No. Like, I'm super neat. My place is beautiful.
Any pictures of you with other guys in frames, either at the entrance or in your bedroom or on a credenza?
I have pictures with family, and I have pictures with, like, friends. I have, like, a lot of guy friends, so maybe that was any, like, old relationship photos, though, or anything like that. Like, nothing with me, like, kissing anyone.
Okay, good, because people do that. People do that, and they leave pictures up, and you're over, and then it's not great.
No.
So you should police your place.
Do you have a roommate?
What's a credenza?
No, it's just me.
It's just you. Okay.
Piece of furniture.
Yeah.
All right, Meghan, we're going to call this guy and find out what happened, okay?
Okay, thank
All
you.
right, hang on 1 second.
What's a credenza?
It's a piece of furniture. You put pictures on it.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's like
You
usually like a
store
cabinet
things.
you can store. It's like storage.
It's like when you have a desk. Behind your desk, you have a credenza.
Oh.
Or like a buffet table. It's like the same thing.
Credenza, same thing. So, and the plates, where the plates are kept, and then on top you put
photos in those.
Well, people who have
You know
boyfriends.
you know when you walk into my house, Tanya? You know you walk into my house and there's a piece of furniture right there? That's a credenza.
Oh, okay.
And what's on her credenza?
Photos.
Photos. Okay.
Okay, one baby step at a time. We're coming back in a second. All right, places, everybody, for second date update. Meghan has said that she met this guy, Nick, and they went out a few times. They started hanging out. They hung at his place overnight a few times. Then he goes to her place, stays the night, but bails, and he's barely heard from now for 2 weeks. So something happened, or he saw something that turned him away when he stayed at her house. It's the only thing I can think of.
We went through the list. Her house was clean, no ex-boyfriend pictures, no crazy roommate.
Do you have stuffed animals, Meghan?
I have, like, a couple, but not, like, a lot. I mean, he and I have a lot of common interests, and I'm kind of, like, nerdy a little bit. So I have some, like, pop figures and just, like, a couple stuffed animals and favors, but not, like, anything crazy. Like, not anything that, your average girl wouldn't have, I don't
How old
think.
are you?
I'm 27.
And
All right.
you have the stuffed animals, like, on your bed?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like, I mean, just, like, one or two, and then, a couple on my shelves and stuff.
Okay.
They're not necessarily, like, ones that I had from when I was a kid. They're, like, like, pop culture, like, cute. I don't know. I feel like they go with the...
Listen, a lot of guys have
in my room.
Spider-Man and Star Wars up, okay?
Totally.
So
Right,
it's
yeah.
the equivalent of that.
Right.
I had a My Little Pony castle
Why?
Meredith.
in my bedroom as a kid because my sister and I used to play with it. And if somebody were to come over, they'd be like, "What?" And I'd be like, "It's Meredith's."
Yeah.
And
Sure
then
it
my
was.
mom would be like, "Ryan, John, why are you in your bedroom?" Anyway, Meghan, we're going to call him now, and we're going to see if we can find out what happened. So be very quiet. You're going to hear him, but we're not going to tell him you're on the line until the end, okay?
Okay.
Let's see what we can find out. Hang on. Call him Nick. Nick is this guy's name.
Hello.
Hi, is Nick there?
Yeah. Can I ask who's calling?
Yes, you can.
Who's calling?
It's Ryan Seacrest calling.
Oh, okay.
How are you? You're on the air on 102.7 Kiss FM. I have Sisney with me, who's also on the air. How are you, brother?
Hello, hi Nick.
Hi. I'm doing fine.
Good. We were calling you regarding a woman named Meghan that you have been out with. Does that sound familiar? Yes? Okay. And
yeah.
you've been out with her a few times, Meghan?
Yeah, I've been out with her a few times, but we aren't seeing each other anymore.
Right, which we understand from our sources. And why is it you're not seeing each other anymore?
It's kind of complicated. I mean, like, it's just not going to work out. I really liked her, and we went on a couple dates, and just this feeling that we're not meant to be together. You know,
Wasn't it going great?
Yeah. I mean, it was going pretty great.
Can you tell us, Nick, from what we understand, you went to her place, and after that night, that's when there was very little, if any, communication. Did something happen at her place that night?
Yeah, like not anything physically or you know, like anything bad that way. I mean, that was all great. But there was a conclusion that I kind of came to that kind of altered the way I felt about everything. So,
did it have anything to do with stuffed animals?
No. No.
Okay. What happened, Nick? What was it? Why'd you come to that conclusion?
I honestly, I don't really feel comfortable talking about it on the radio.
I understand. But why did you come to that conclusion?
There was a picture that I saw that troubled me, and that's really all I want to say about it. There was a photo that I saw while over at her place.
All right, Nick, I want to tell you, we have Meghan on the phone, who obviously has told us everything about your history. She's really confused because she doesn't know what went wrong. Meghan, we talked about pictures. You said you didn't have any. What picture did he see?
I don't know. Like, I've got some pictures with, like, friends from school and some of my current friends. And, like, yeah, I do have a lot of guy friends, but I don't know. I feel like I was pretty clear about that. I don't think
Did you see pictures of another guy, Nick, that turned you off? Nick?
No. Hey, look, Meghan, it's not any of your friends. It's not any, like, photo that you have of another dude. It's the picture of your dad and your parents. So,
What?
yeah, I think we might be related. I think we might be related, and I think that's kind of enough for me to sort of pull up.
Hold on, Nick. I don't understand. How are you? You saw pictures of her parents who are your parents?
Wait, what?
No.
I'm trying to find out.
That's like too extreme.
Well, I'm asking.
No. We don't have the same parents, but her dad looks a lot like my dad. And here's the thing: my dad has a brother who I've never met. They had a really big falling out, and I don't know what he looks like, but this photo of Meghan's dad, I'm like, oh my god! Like,
so wait, that would make you cousins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the rule on that? What's the rule on that?
No,
If you
like,
no,
absolutely not.
No, I don't mean that. I'm saying, what's the rule on that if you don't know? Like,
You're still related.
Chromosomes don't know.
are they blood cousins?
Yeah, they would be blood cousins, first cousins.
No, can't do it.
But that's
some kind of joke. Like, if you don't want to see me again, you can just say you don't want to see me again. Like,
no. I really do want to see you again. It has nothing to do with that. But if we're related, then we're going to have to wait till the next family reunion. I can't
Nick,
wrap my head around it, and I'm free.
It's a little confusing to me. But Nick, why don't you find out if you're related?
Exactly.
I would just figure it out. Like, better than I think I'd want to know, or maybe I wouldn't want to know since you guys have been there.
I kind of don't want to know.
But it might not be true.
Yeah,
Like,
this is
what if-
such a stretch. Just because he kind of looks
Yeah,
like him.
It's a big coincidence. Well, Meghan, why don't you find out?
Well, my dad never said anything about that. Like, I've never met any uncles. He's never talked about an uncle. He said he was an only child, not adopted or anything like that. You and I don't have the same last name. Like, wouldn't we have the same last name?
Yes.
Did you ask your dad?
You would.
You didn't ask him?
No, but he could have. It was a really bad falling out, so your dad might not have mentioned it.
Nick, I'm
My
not
dad might have
believing
changed the
you
Yeah,
name.
Nick,
now.
come on, what's the
I think
truth?
this is a bunch of BS. Poop on a stick.
I'm telling you, that's what I really think happened. I'm really freaked out by it.
All right. Meghan, look, we've done our work. Nick, I really appreciate you talking about this on the air. Meghan, you should pursue this. Check it out. See what clearly.
I was going to
You
have
should
to talk
figure-
to my dad.
I would want to know. And thank you very much, Meghan, for reaching out.
Thank you.
Okay, bye, both of you.
I mean,
I don't believe him.
I don't either now. I did. I don't know if I did. I didn't think I understood it, actually.
it was a photo
And
on the
then-
credenza.
It was a photo on the credenza. A family photo on the credenza.
Who knew?
I don't think I believe him. I don't. Not
Yeah.
not after we kept talking to him. It sounded like, what is he thinking? She needs a 23andMe kit. I'm struggling with how to react to what we just heard, where this guy is hanging out, hooking up with this girl, and then he goes over to her place, sees a picture of what he thinks is a relative, and then is concerned that he's been hooking up with a relative. I mean, that's what this is. Or is he just saying that and going to extremes to get out of seeing her again?
I think it's extreme. It's
I'm
an extreme
struggling.
Stretch.
It's 800-520-1027. I'm going to take those calls that are on hold about that. And by the way, I'm really curious to know, has that ever happened to anyone where you meet someone and you hook up and then somehow, some way, you find out you're related?
Oh, that would be awful.
I mean, is that bad to suggest that you should call in?
No, I honestly think it probably has happened out there.
For sure.
I'm
Please
curious
call
to
in.
know if that has happened to you. You're with someone, or you hang out with someone, then you find out in some accidental, crazy way
Yeah.
you're related. I almost feel like we shouldn't say call in, but please do.
No, please do.
Where is that new Shawn Mendes?
Oh, I see it.
Oh.
Where is? Could someone grab that and put it in the compact disc player?
Let's do it.
Good morning. Tuesday, April 3rd. I feel, Sissany, like,
Yeah.
This was a second date update that has now evolved into a place where when we went to DJ school, if we ever did, they would give you a handout. They would say, this is a topic, don't do. But this organically got here, and I have to tell you, I'm curious about it in a weird way. So here's what's happened, and this is not what we had planned for this moment of this hour on this day on this show. But because of this, and I still don't even love the segment, but we do it. This second date update. Names are not important. Let me just give you pronouns. He went out with her, and then she hooked up with him at his place a couple of times.
Yes.
All fine, all good. He goes over to her place, spends the night. First thing in the morning, gets out of Dodge,
Bolts out of the house.
and doesn't really correspond with her. So she reaches out to us to say, well, what happened at my place? He's bailed on me. Something happened, or he saw something. Turns out he saw a photo. He says he saw a photograph, and in that photograph, her father looked like his father, thinking, oh my gosh, they could be brothers, and we're related. Making them cousins. I'm not good with family trees.
It would make them first cousins, yeah.
So,
But that's a bold statement.
so he says that he thinks they're related, and that's why he can't. Now, some people might say, well, just a dumb excuse. And others might say, well, gosh, if he did think that, I understand. Now, moving them aside, it did strike me that must have happened to people listening, where you meet someone and you think you're strangers, and then you discover you're actually related, but maybe it's too late.
Ooh, yeah, because you've fallen in love with each other.
And that's the topic I think we're not supposed to do at DJ school. Are you with your family? I think that's the topic.
Are you hooking up with your
Are
family?
you hooking up with a family member? That's the topic they say don't do.
But let's do it.
Well, it's not even like we spiraled into it.
I mean, people are calling.
Well, that's the thing. Now I can't get to all the calls of people who are in it or have been in that situation.
Wow.
I'm going to start with this anonymous caller. Hello, anonymous caller.
Hello.
Hi, just for full transparency, we will both stay anonymous for the portion of this call, okay?
Okay.
All right, so tell me your story.
So what happened was I met this guy, and we hit it off. And when we were dating, we found out that we shared one cousin, like a cousin. And so that threw us off a little bit. So we started asking around and found, like, no relation on either side. It was too distant. My grandma's first husband was related to his mother. So, but they broke it off. My dad is a different person. My grandpa's a different person. So life went on. We kept dating. Didn't think anything of it. And then we got married. We have 2 kids. And later, like recently, actually, maybe about a month or a month and a half ago, I was talking to his grandmother, and she said, "Oh, by the way, do you know where your name generates from?" And I was like, "Yes, it's my great grandmother's name." So she goes, "Do you know who your great grandmother is?" And I was like, "My grandma's mom." So she was like, "Your great grandmother is my aunt." So, so my grandmother married her first cousin. Apparently, back in the days, that was okay. I'm not sure. So they had one child. They got divorced, and then my grandma married my grandpa. So there is some relation. I'm not sure how close it is.
To your husband.
My husband and me.
So you don't know what it is, but you are family.
So my mother-in-law is no, hold on. His grandmother and my grandmother are first cousins.
Oh,
wow.
Well, that makes the two of you
like third or fourth.
Yeah, fourth
But
cousins.
now. Does it? Well, okay. So I understand. Does it affect your marriage or not?
No, it's not affecting us because my grandfather is a different person, and so is my dad. So my dad and my grandpa have no relation to his side.
Okay.
It's just my grandma that ties it all in, basically.
Wow. All right. I won't tell anybody you called. You don't tell anybody we spoke. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for calling, Anonymous.
Thank you.
Bye.
Wild.
Bye.
I mean, it would cause you to. It would slow your day down to find that out that
A
you're
little
related
bit.
to your
A
husband.
little speed bump in the road.
It would. Listen to this.
Oh.
Hello, Rita in Moore Park.
Hi, Ryan.
Well, hi. So you married your cousin
Yes, I married my first cousin.
on accident?
Well, my husband happened to see. Well, the story is I lived in France. I was born and raised in France. And both of our parents, his mother took a direction of United States, and my father took a direction of France. After so many years, my father decided to try to reach out to his sister, and he did reach out to his sister. Well, he found out that he have kids, and they both have kids and everything. And my husband happened to see a picture of me on the table. He says, "Ma, who's this girl over here?" He says, "Well, this girl over here, that's your cousin." And he looked at the picture, says, "This is the girl that I'm going to be married." Says, "You cannot do that. I mean, why would you want to marry your cousin? She's the first cousin. She's the child of my brother." Says, but I know I'm for sure that's the girl that I'm going to be married. So he come to France, we meet, and for the longest time, we just didn't, I mean, to me, there was no attraction whatsoever. But little by little, he started to write to me, and I did fall in love for. But there was no relationship, nothing. I said, wait, hold on. Before all this goes any further, I need to find out if we're allowed to have any kind of relationship or format. And I went to the church, being Catholic, very strict Catholic. One little detail, when I met my husband, I was a 14 looking 25.
Okay, minor detail.
A minor detail, exactly. He didn't believe, and I had to show pictures. Says, "You're kidding me? You're pulling my leg. You're not 20. You're not 14." I said, "Yes, I am 14." Says, "Oh my God, I can't believe." And my husband is 10 years older than I am. We took information. We went to the church, and we found that out that it was allowed. Long that the blood was not related. It had separate blood, completely separate thing, and I had to go through also to a course because I was so young getting married.
Yeah.
And they says, you don't know what you're getting yourself into it. Says, well, I'm 14, you don't know what to do. I says, listen, I'm at the head of the family of 4 kids, and my mother's working real hard, and I'm raising practically my siblings.
So you had some responsibilities, but just to get there, so you did marry your cousin for 43 years, knowing it was your cousin.
No, it was my cousin.
But you knew it was your cousin.
Yes, I knew, but I found that out before I did get married.
Yes, and then you went ahead and did it.
And
yes,
everything's
I wanna
fine.
Go ahead and I've been married since then. It's been 43 years, and I had a dispense from the Pope because they did allow us to get married. So I want to say that where people being from another country in Europe, it's very, very often happen cases like that where you do family member do, but some in United States it seems like you sing or you do something like it's out of the ordinary. It is out of the ordinary, but what do you do when you fall in love with the person? I mean, it's hard to say.
You do what you need to do, and it sounds like you went to the church to understand as much as you could. Well, Rita, you're happy. You're in a relationship 43 years. That's good, right? So,
exactly.
Congratulations to that, and merci, au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Oh.
There are, just to tell you, I wish you could see this, but
line 4.
No. You don't understand. So we got into this crazy topic of did you start seeing someone and realize they were your family? And there apparently are a lot of people who married their first cousins, and I don't know how I feel about that. Emily was here in this conversation, and Emily in West Hollywood, good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Oh,
I'm
bad news. So you met a cute guy, and then
I don't know what
guys.
I don't know what compelled me to call in about this, but yeah, it's pretty embarrassing. I was back home visiting family in the country where my family is from. It's a very small country. Met a really cute guy at a bar. We danced, we hung out, we talked the whole night. Kissed him at the end of the night. Then later, we're about to go home, start name dropping, find out his last name. I found out that we were probably second or third cousins.
Well, Emily, you're from that small country. How many people can there be that are cute?
He was really cute. I was bummed about it.
I'm bummed for you. That's not a great thing. Now, what you'd be amazed to learn is that a lot of people have been in that situation and continued on and actually married their cousins.
I know. Certain parts of the country, not this one.
No. Los Angeles parts of the country. Calling right now from Torrance, Fullerton, and Long Beach parts of the country.
Oh man.
Oh well, that'll cause a setback, right?
Yeah, that's done deal.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it could have been great, but I couldn't let it go on. I didn't call him again. I didn't see him again.
I'm sure. Well, thank you for reaching out to us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I can't believe I just talked to you guys.
I can't believe we're talking about this conversation.
Definitely mom.
All right, Tubbs, stop. Thank you for calling. Tubbs, stop. Bye, Tubbs.
What?
Stop. He just passed me a note. Do you think there's a Tinder for cousins? Are you serious?
Ew.
Ew, why would there be?
Tanya, I see you're reacting to this because it's Tubbs, but let's keep that out of it. Why? No. I don't even want to have that. Take this back. Take away his pens and his paper passing notes.
And his big special microphone.
Tanya, this is no time for euphemism.
I mean, there's Tinders for everything these days, so might as well worth a search.
Didn't you go on the farmer one?
No.
You did. We looked at it.
Farmers Only. I didn't actually apply for it.
The commercials alone inspire me just to see what's happening at Farmers Only.
FarmersOnly.com.